And now with a look at your local weather, let's start with current temperatures here on the high desert. And most of the areas were a little bit warmer than we were yesterday this time of morning, but definitely some very chilly temperatures still possible in Bend and southern parts of Deschutes County here, and possible freezing temperatures in some other areas as well. Let's take a look at your workday forecast here this morning. High is 42 degrees in Bend, wind out of the south and southwest for the most part 5 to 15 miles an hour until the early afternoon, and then until this evening it's actually going to get a little bit speedier than that 20 miles an hour in some areas. Not as much concern for fog with us early this morning. It should be a partly sunny day, and then it should become mostly cloudy by the time we reach the early afternoon, and sun will be setting around 4:40 p.m. as cloud cover on the way ahead of some potential winter weather events. As I mentioned to you, we're mostly dry today, though. We do see heavy snow in the forecast tomorrow, and possibly even some more on Sunday as well. And generally speaking, we do see a cooler pattern in the forecast ahead as we're dipping down into the 30s for our highs this weekend and the overnight lows down in the 20s. Let's take a look at your future track here. We're fairly dry and calm here for the most part until later this evening around 10 or 11 o'clock. Here's a look at midnight, and that's when a pretty heavy concentration of blue there. That's the possibility for snow is in the mountains. It's also reaching into the lower elevations there. And then as we get further into Saturday morning, you can see a pretty widespread batch of potential snow on the way. Let's take a look at your future snowfall as a part of that weather event. By 9 a.m. Saturday morning, you can see quite a bit of snowfall in the mountains. Even locally, we're looking at somewhere between 1/10 of an inch and 1.5 inches. And then by the time we reach Sunday morning, boy, quite a bit more snow expected in the mountains. And then locally, we're going to get quite a bit more as well. There's even a chance we'll have enough snow to shovel this weekend. I know that's welcome news. Here's a look at a winter weather advisory that's going to be hoisted tonight at 10 p.m. and it's going to last until 4 a.m. Sunday morning, and that's due, of course, to expected accumulations of snow between 4 and 10 inches, gusts of wind up to 40 miles an hour, which can cause blowing snow and very hazardous travel conditions. So do be careful if you are planning on driving or spending time in the mountains this weekend. In southwest Oregon, there's also a winter storm warning, and that's going to be in place until Saturday at 10 p.m., and that's a little closer to us. However, we will keep you posted if these conditions do change, if our advisory turns into a warning. Now, winds today, 5 to 10 miles an hour early, and then until around 4 o'clock, that's when things start to calm down just a little bit. And then they're going to pick up a bit by the time we reach midnight again. You can see gusts wind of up to 20 miles an hour is possible, and in the mountains there, possibly even speedier than that. We are looking at your highs as well for the day. Pardon me. Before we get to that, though, the early morning hours of Saturday, we are seeing the wind stay fairly active. Now, we are going to talk about your highs for the day, as I mentioned to you, in the 30s and 40s for the most part here on the high desert, and overnight lows looking pretty similar to what we saw yesterday in the 20s and the low 30s. Rounding the corner here, looking at our 7-day forecast, give you an idea what's coming your way. A pretty strong chance for some significant snowfall over the weekend this weekend, and then by the time we reach early to middle portion of next week, we're dealing with some wintry mixed precipitation and some cool temperatures. So definitely winter weather is here to stay, and that's been a look at your local alert weather.